Hey, Becca C. Smith here, and today's video, I have just got this package from a family friend who apparently collected every single newspaper article in 3 different Seattle newspapers on my great aunt's trial. So let me just, in case this is your first time here and you don't know what I'm talking about, the book that I am going to be coming out with in January, published by Inimitable Books, is called Grandma's Little Secret. Now, this is a fictional novel, but it is based on true events that happened to me and my family when I was a kid. It was very public. My great aunt murdered her husband, my great uncle, and in a very vicious, violent way. She was convicted of shooting him, chopping up his body, and then burning him in a barrel. Yeah, and this happened when I was 7. Now, the book that I'm releasing in January is my personal experiences with my great aunt. In the book, I made her my grandmother. I did that for 2 reasons. One, just to give a more personal feel for the reader, but also kind of the opposite for me. It made me think of it as fiction. Even though she was a grandmother figure to me, it was more her husband, who she murdered, Rolf, who was like a grandpa figure to me. Like, he was the one I was closest to. So losing him was obviously very traumatic and painful for me as a kid. But what I need to do is I'm going to be using some of these articles for, by the way, I have a little helper here. He's on the bridge section, which he's apparently guarding, which is funny because that is my great uncle Rolf. He is famous for destroying the West Seattle Bridge. This was 2 years before he was murdered. He was a shipping pilot for freighters, and yeah, and he took that bridge out. So there are articles in here about that as well. And so that is what Snake is guarding. So I have, as you saw with Snake, the bridge category. I've got pre-trial category. I have got trial category. I have got post-trial category. And I have family and friend reactions. So I want to divide it up that way so that I can then take pictures and then use these for social media and for any kind of marketing that we want to do, since it is based on a true story. So let's get through it. Okay, so the first one, Neslin said he feared wife, friend testifies. That's her, by the way. I know, scary, right? Now you know why I was scared of her. Just a brief thing. It says, frustrated when he couldn't cash a $75 check, Rolf Neslin decided to regain control of his finances from his wife Ruth in July 1980. Now, he was killed in August 1980, so this was 2 months before his death. So Rolf told both his friends he had tried to cash the check and was told there was no money in his account. She did drain his accounts. So she drained his accounts and then killed him. He intended to regain power of attorney from his wife and was considered changing his will. And 2 months later, she murdered him. Okay, I'm going to put this under, I'm not going to read all these, don't worry. Otherwise it'd be like a 4-hour video. But I'm going to put this under family friend reactions. Okay, next. Ruth Neslin told in-laws not to visit. In that letter, Rolf said, I'm very satisfied. I don't need to go out to sea anymore. Ruth's whole story was that he ran away to Norway. So I'm going to put this in friends and family reactions. Okay. Jury to resume deliberations. I would say that is trial. Neslin urged autopsy. Neslin urged autopsy, court hears. Let's see. 3 days before Rolf Neslin disappeared in 1980, he told the mother of his 2 boys that if anything ever happened to him, she should insist on an autopsy. I thought he was afraid that someone would poison him, she said, which I don't want to give away in the book, but there was an incident with a candy called Almond Roca where Ruth, we were at a family reunion, and she was like, no one touch this Almond Roca, it's Rolf's, it's Rolf's, it's Rolf's. And me being a kid, snuck one and ate it, and then projectile vomited all over the plate and everything on the table. And now we look back, because it's almond flavored, we think maybe she had poisoned it with cyanide for Rolf, because she had made such a big deal about only him eating it. So this actually kind of backs that up. But this, I would say, I'm just going to say family reactions, because even though this is probably during the trial, it's still friends and family testifying. Okay, Ruth Nesland is guilty of first-degree murder. And that is my Uncle Rolf. I miss him. Okay, so I'm going to say that that is post-trial, since she was found guilty. Okay. Nesland can't remember phone calls. Oh, I think this is actually about my mom. Yeah, because part of the testimony was my mom and my aunt, Ruth, had actually called them and confessed to murdering him the night it happened. So I'm going to put that under friends and family again. Wife of ship pilot pleads not guilty to his murder. I'm going to put that in pre-trial. Niece says Nesland admitted slaying husband. Oh, look, right there is my mother, Donna Smith. She said that Ruth called her up and said she was going to send me 30 pieces of silver, indicating she was Judas, a traitor, for basically testifying. So we're putting that under friends and family. On the stand, Nesland denies killing husband, so we're going to put that in trial. Nesland witness changes testimony. A witness said yesterday that Ruth Nesland told her she shot her husband to death and her and her brother had chopped up the corpse. Who said she had known Ruth Nesland for 7 years, testified that the admission was made on the night of August 8th. So Ruth had made some phone calls that night. She said Nesland called her at home about 5 minutes away from Nesland's residence on Lopez Island. Ruth told me she wanted me to come over. She said she needed me. Ruth let me in and she said she had killed him. She said she had shot him. In sworn testimony before, wow. Okay, so she had denied that Nesland had made any such admission before. But when she was given immunity from prosecution for perjury in exchange for her latest testimony. Why did you lie? Asked Special Prosecutor Greg Canova yesterday afternoon. Okay, so this is during the trial. I felt what had been done had been done. Wow. Talk about, I swear, the 70s and 80s. Well, what had been done had been done. Anyway, so she came forward. I'm going to put that in trial. Ruth's brother, not the one that helped her do it, he actually ended up going insane and dying in a rest home. This whole thing broke him, and my cousin found him on the train tracks and brought him into a rest home where he had dementia, they said, and he died there. They were going to have him testify with immunity, but he was too far gone. But another brother, who both of them had admitted everything to, he's the one who testified. And he's the reason why they were able to get warrants to dig up the property to try to find some evidence of Rolf's body, because the body was never found because she had burned it. And that's where they found the blood, and that's where they found, basically all of the proof. This is, I'm going to say, pre-trial, because they're digging up the land. Deputies dig up floor in Nesland home. Okay, I'm going to pre-trial. Crime lab has items from Nesland's home. Okay, pre-trial. These are all. Brother testifies against Ruth. Trial. Officials interview captain in bridge crash. Okay, here's the bridge. This is 1978. Okay. Some of the other articles around these are pretty fascinating too. But we're going to put that, let's snake next to the bridge. Okay. Missing mariner's widow sues for benefits. Oh, that's right. She actually sued for them digging up in her house. Because the first time they did it, they didn't find anything. Then they got the testimony from her brother, and that's when they were like pulling up cement and jackhammering, and they were there for a long time. So she sued them for damages. I'm going to put that in pre-trial. Widow charged with husband's murder sues over search. Also, look, you can buy a house for $18,000. I'm going to put that in pre-trial. Court upholds Nesland murder verdict. Oh, this is an appeal. So she went for an appeal, but they upheld it because of all the proof. So we're going to do post-trial for that. Ruth Nesland is ordered to stay at rest home. Alcohol use cited. She was an alcoholic, which you will read about in the fictional book as well as real life. What a wild, it looks like a movie poster. They literally made like a movie poster of it. How crazy is that? Whoa. They had to bring up the bridge. So I'm going to put that in the bridge. Since they brought it up. This one is okay. It's like a whole freaking fictional. Yeah, this is an entire booklet on it. Like a whole entire everything. Obviously for the entire story. Oh, that's him. Look at how he was the sweetest man. Literally my favorite. Oh. Okay, on the back though, thoughts while not watching the last episode of MASH. Apparently the last episode of MASH aired. So wild, these newspapers. Oh, I guess this is just right before, after her surgery. But cool, they actually put a map. It was obviously torn up. It was taped in the back. But that's where they lived, right there. I keep thinking I want to go back. I haven't been back since I was 7 when it all happened. But I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. But I am going to put this with the bridge just because the bridge seems to be more of a visual thing. Oh, Snake's trying to play with the little Highland cow. It's really cute. You playing with the little Highland cow, buddy? I hope it doesn't eat the articles. Oh, when it's off the table. Okay. I'm going to put this for trial. Postponed by nosebleed. Okay. Is it just me or does it sound like Ruth was trying to stall? Nosebleed, fell, had to get a new hip. Interesting. Pre-trial. Interesting. I didn't really know about this, so I feel like I would need to research this further. But it is interesting that they say 11 of the jurors were going to say we're going to vote guilty. It was just one holdout, and that was the smoking gun that made him convince her. Ruth Nesland dies serving life sentence. Ruth Nesland, 73, died early yesterday in Women's Correction Center of a blood clot and a lung. She was serving a life sentence. I do remember that. Oh, Nesland doesn't rate the attention. Dang, I'm gonna do that post-trial. They're sick of hearing of it, obviously. Nesland recuperating after knee is replaced. Oh, dang, she had her knee replaced too. Or was this another way to stall the trial? Yes. Oh my goodness. She was just stalling. Put that in the middle. Hip, knee, bloody nose. Ooh. Nesland's plea for dismissal. I want to dismiss the whole thing. Rejected. I'm going to put that in pre-trial. Rolf Nesland's wife says he'll return. Law suspects he was slain. So this is right at the beginning. I'll put that in pre-trial. And last one. 150,000 bond freeze. Nesland. All her friends. But Just an FYI, which there are no articles on this, so I will just tell you. She did stay at home before the reappeal trial, but she got drunk, got behind a car, and ran 2 bicyclists off the road and sent them to a hospital. So she was then put into prison. Yeah. And she claimed that someone slipped vodka into her orange juice and it wasn't her fault. Very typical. So anyway, I've got everything organized. I can't believe that my family friend collected all of this. That's so wild, and kept it. And then how crazy that she would send it right when I'm going to be publishing this book. It just feels very serendipitous and very emotional. Like, obviously I've had a lot of distance from it, obviously, but it is crazy to see of how much it actually was in the news. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, but this is going to be a whole other day where I'm going to have to scan all these in and make files for them. But now that they're organized, I feel like it'll be a lot easier. Thanks for being with me on this journey. Oh, and we have to talk about raffle from last week. So Sherry Smith won the last week's raffle. Yay. This week's raffle is a signed copy of book 2 of the Dream Diaries. It is a hard copy with sleeve. And yeah, so I will be signing that and sending it off to whoever wants to enter the raffle for this week. I will put the link below. Also, the cover for Grandma's Little Secrets is done. So if you would like to help spread the word on a cover reveal day, I have the form, a link to the form below. So just click on that and it'll take you to Inimitable Books, and then you can sign up there. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to show you. Like, a part of me just wanted to immediately just show everybody. Here's the cover. We're gonna do a cover reveal. We're actually gonna be doing a live stream in the evening to celebrate, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. That'll be September 2nd, so only a week to wait. Thank you again so much, and let me know what you guys are up to. And to promote Kate Kavanaugh's book, which is coming out in April, thanks for watching. Bye.